let's take the Retro Fox down the road and let's talk about some of the items that I bought for the car that I told you guys I was going to give you an update on. Back last year sometime, we purchased a bunch of new stuff for the Retro Fox. One of the things was a budget shifter. This was like a $40 or $60 shifter. I can't remember. I'll put the price right here. But this is one of those really cheap shifters off of Amazon. I think it was 40 bucks. So let's pop this up so I can show you. So it's one of these shifters. I think LMR sells a version that's very similar to this. So I've got a lot of people asking, you know, give us an update on it. Are they any good? How do you like it? So we'll cover that here in just a few minutes. Also on this radio, this is the Chicane audio radio, MP3 player. It's a smart radio. You know, it does all that cool stuff. I'm not going to go over the features of it. I'm just going to let you guys know that I don't really use this thing very much. The only thing I use on it is the Bluetooth functionality right here. I just connect to my smartphone and listen to the music. Like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's a good radio. I don't use all the options for it. Maybe some of you guys do, but I don't really use all these options. But for those of you who wanted to know, the radio's holding up really good. I see no issues with it. It's never given me any trouble. It's just not really my cup of tea for the most part. It's a mixed bag on the shifter too. So we're going to take this car down the road. In a few minutes, we're going to bang on this damn thing and see how this shifter holds up. I mean, I've banged gears in it a couple times. It seems to do okay. What else? What else have you guys always asked about? The new steering wheel from LMR here, the FR350 steering wheel, I think it is. The steering wheel right here is great. No issues whatsoever. I mean, it's a steering wheel, so I don't know what could necessarily fail on it, but the Alcantara suede, whatever you want to call it, vibe up here, this is good. Nothing's coming off, so I really enjoy this, no doubt. All right, guys, I'm going to get you set up in the car, so hopefully you'll be able to hear me. I'll talk a little extra loud for you just in case. But let me get this thing set up and we're going to go down the road, drive the car, talk about the car real quick, and I'll give you my final thoughts on this $40 shifter. Basically, we're just going to beat the shit out of this thing real quick and see how it holds up. All right, here we go. It can go. So I guess the clutch. Okay, so one thing that I'm noticing is I can't shift the car fast today. We tried, but the clutch is slipping too bad and you really can't bang the gears. So it is what it is as far as that goes. But I will tell you this shifter has really held up well. I've been impressed with it. Wow, we just knocked the speaker grill off. That's awesome. Oh man, peanut season in the South, guys. Tractors everywhere, trailers everywhere. You can't do anything. You can see down there. Peanut season's a big time here in the South. A lot of money to be made, for sure. There's more to a good shifter than just durability. It's more about comfort. Now that's where this shifter, in my opinion, falls a little short. The shifter is not probably going to break on you. I don't think anyway. The shifter's pretty strong, but it's not very comfortable. The angles on this shifter are just seem off. They just don't seem to be accurate. Like an MGW, a Steeda, a Pro 50, anything like that. Those shifters are angled correctly, and the geometry is just really good on those. This thing right here feels like just a straight rod that sticks up, and it just, you know what I mean? It's hard to explain. You can't see it in the movement of it, but you know what? If you're on a budget though, and you know you need a good shifter, you need a short throw shifter, I'll be honest with you, I've not had any troubles, and you know I recommend it for that. But if you've got some extra money, I would definitely go for a more quality shifter. And you know, it's all right. Like I said, the clutch is slipping in the car, so it won't let me really power shift it. So I'll tell you what, so we're going to slow the shifts down here real quick like, and we're going to come off the gas and shift this thing just quick. Ready? Anyway, that's enough of that. Now, I know a lot of people have mentioned that the shifters come apart on the inside. I don't know what it is, but something's breaking. House of Dula had a good video on one of these shifters, and I think he had some issues with his. To be honest with you, I've not had any issues as far as like anything coming loose or working loose. You know, it's a good shifter. But if you've ever had a really good shifter, a proper short throw shifter, it does feel different. And look guys, you know, I'll be honest with you and I'll tell you, because I'm not a snob when it comes to stuff like this, but there is a difference in the feel of the hand with this compared to, like I said, another shifter. So it is what it is. All right guys, well I think that's gonna wrap this particular portion of the video up. I really just wanted to show you this shifter and show you that, you know, it's still doing pretty good. It's hanging tough, and I like it. So there you go. All right guys, I'm gonna go ahead and show you these parts that some of you have sent to me. Now this is from a previous video, so I'll go ahead and include that now. All right guys, before we go, we've got a few packages, so let's go ahead and check them out now. This come from my buddy Aaron Autry. He's always hooking me up guys with something. He has given me so many parts for this Calypso. And what we have here are the rear seat brackets. So that's your lower mounts. These are all the little shims. I mean, the nuts, the bolts, man, he hooked me up. I'm telling you, this is awesome. Thank you so much, Aaron. Seriously, man, you've been a huge help on this car. You know, he's the one that sent me the hood, the quarter glass, obviously this, rear seats. I mean, just so much stuff. I can't even remember it all, but thank you, Aaron, for everything that you've done. We stay in contact, you know, pretty much all the time, and he's always asking me if there's anything that I need, and I try not to abuse that, so I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Now, remember, guys, I told you to always include like a note or write it on the box or something, like if you have an Instagram that you wanted shouted out, because it's hard for me to keep up with this stuff. I'm not sure if we have all that information here, but I've already opened these packages. And here we go. So in the first package, look at that, guys. I'm excited about this. Let me get this out in the light so you can see it. That is a factory boot. Man, I love these things. To me, that just completes a car. You know, if you're going for that kind of stock, clean look, hell, even an aftermarket look. I mean, they still look clean, and they serve a purpose too. These boots, in case, you know, you guys don't know, I'll just take you over here real quick. These boots obviously go on your distributor, and they tuck around it like this. It straps around itself like that. Anyway, what this does is if you need to, you know, rinse your engine off or something like that, you don't get water in top of your distributor, because these distributors are not even remotely sealed. So that's really the only sealant that you've got. So this is from Clint Worth. Now I remember talking to Clint on Instagram, but obviously that's not his name. Nobody goes by their actual name on Instagram, so I would have to go back through about 200 Instagram replies to try to figure out what your Instagram is. So Clint, I'm so sorry. I really do appreciate this boot, and as you can see, I'm already putting this thing to use, so thank you so much. Next up, we have this. So we have a coolant cap, and I do not think that this is going to work on our car. So it's a 2010 to 2011, so So we won't be able to use this on any of our cars, but if I can find somebody that will be able to use it, then hey, it's free to use. Look at this, guys, man. This is something you do not see every day. Look how clean this thing is. As you all know, right up in here, these things are notorious about, you know, people laying like cologne bottles down there, and the alcohol really just screws these up and it melts them. So that's pretty cool. There was something right there. I don't know what that was. But anyway, guys, man, this thing's in really good shape. So we do have the cup holder console for the car, so we're probably going to run that. He was aware of that. He just, you know, said he would send it to me anyway. And, you know, I will be keeping all these parts just because, you know. And also it comes with the wiring harness so that you can hook your lighter up and have your light under there. And he also sent some cup liners. So my dad actually still uses these right here. I'm pretty sure that he would really appreciate these. So maybe whenever he brings the hood back over for the Calypso clone, I'll hook him up with these. No info on the box. I remember speaking to these two individuals, like I said, on Instagram. But guys, if you want a shout out, if you care about that, it doesn't matter. I mean, I'm all about giving shout outs. I'm about giving thanks, I guess is what I'm saying. So I would love to thank you guys for what it is that you send. And you know, if you have an Instagram or you have a Facebook or a YouTube channel or something, just send me a letter, a little note, and put who it is that you want me to shout this out to. So once again, I have, you know, no information on this. That's going to go ahead and wrap this video up. And as always, thanks for watching.